Hello, friends, and welcome to your moment of damn. Okay, let's get into it. So, where are we, dear friends? We're at a place where authorities in Springfield, Ohio, which you know has been in the news for the last few weeks because of the stories that JD Vance and Donald Trump have, quote, created in order to distract us from the fact that their poll numbers are tanking and that their policies are broadly unpopular. Nonetheless, Springfield, Ohio has sadly decided to cancel a celebration of diversity and the arts because of safety reasons. Now, here's the thing that I want to remind folks, which is that stochastic terrorism results in real world violence. Donald Trump on the debate stage a week ago, where he got his ass handed to him by Vice President Kamala Harris, talked about Haitian immigrants eating cats and dogs. And then 2 days later, municipal buildings are closed down and there are bomb threats, and schools are closed down for 2 days in a row. Children lost out on learning education for 2 days because of lies that JD Vance and Donald Trump created. City officials are coming out and are saying, can you leave our city and town alone because your words have real world consequences? Not only are the Haitian immigrants being terrorized, right, with vandalism, acid being thrown on cars, cars being vandalized, homes being vandalized, them feeling like they need to keep their children home from school because of threats. Businesses are also suffering because guess who's not going to visit Springfield, Ohio? Guess who's not going to want to work in Springfield, Ohio, right? The very people that came there as a renewed labor force that allowed for this city to make an economic rebound. I say all of this, and I've said it ad nauseum, folks, because it bears fucking repeating, that Donald Trump and JD Vance and the Republican Party are absolutely fucking dangerous, that their rhetoric has real world consequences, and that they should be held accountable for it, because if you or I or anyone else were to say some of the things that they so readily say on podcasts, at rallies, in interviews, you would be arrested. You would probably be charged, right? But they are allowed to do so under this cloak of, oh, well, it's just both sides. You have JD Vance right now having the fucking audacity to say that it is Democrats' escalated rhetoric that is causing Donald Trump not to be safe. Is that right? Because it is who that decided to allow for people with mental illnesses to have guns. It is who that has said that, oh, gun violence is just, quote, a fact of life. Miss me with your bullshit, because there is nothing that has been said by fucking Democrats that looks anywhere near the kinds of things that Republicans have said on a regular basis. Most recently, and I'll get to this in tomorrow's Get Woke video that you won't want to miss, what JD Vance just most recently said, where it was leaked. And again, these are not things that are leaked, folks. It's just things that are being unearthed, which is JD Vance's interview with the Federalist, where he talks about something that you all will want to hear about tomorrow. Nonetheless, this brings me to the latest case of, oh, are they racist? The answer is yes. So Rich Lowry, who is the editor-in-chief at the National Review, is in an interview with Megyn Kelly. And I can go on a tangent about Megyn Kelly and her consistent fuckery over the years, from saying things to the effect of Santa Claus, a fictional character, is white, that there's nothing wrong with blackface, and so on and so forth, and just her race baiting and just disgustingness, right? The same person who Donald Trump said was bleeding out of her, I don't know what, then turns around and defends Donald Trump's misogyny. It's wild to me, but this is who these people are. Nonetheless, in an interview, Rich Lowry, when talking about Springfield, Ohio, to Megyn Kelly, uses the N-word when talking about the Haitian immigrants. They take to social media to say it was just a slip of the word, it was a wrong choice, it meant to say migrants, or it meant to say this, that, and the other thing. Folks, let us not be gaslit with their bullshit and believe it is that somehow he doesn't know the difference between an M and an N. I make a lot of mistakes when I'm recording and sometimes when I'm in interviews. Not a lot because I am an actual professional, but enough, right? And I'm not perfect. But do you know what I never mix up? Racial slurs. Do you know why? Because I don't use them in my regular day-to-day conversations. It's just not a part of my vocabulary. You only make mistakes and using and just casually dropping the N-word when that's a part of your regular vocabulary, but you're code switching and not using it in certain forums because you know that it won't go over well. What got me right about this moment is that Megyn Kelly didn't bat a fucking eye. Megyn Kelly didn't find herself being like, stuttering or saying like, let's cut or anything like that. She just continued to nod and smile and just keep it rolling. And then want to take to social media to defend him and saying that she doesn't know a better or a nicer man. I'm sure she doesn't, right? Because all the men that she knows use the N-word on a regular basis, just like she does. What pisses me off here, folks, is that the N-word is not what makes you a racist. It's all the things that lead up to it, right? It's the policies that you vote for when you are a member of Congress, right? That deny Black people and people of color economic access and viability, that deny them equal education and equal housing, right? Those things are racist. When you are denying a group of people access to the American dream because of their skin color and because you deem them not to be worthy or as human as other people, other groups, namely white people are. That is what makes you racist. When you want to use euphemisms, right, that are called racially tinged or racially heightened. No, it actually is just fucking racism. So the N-word to me is like, oh, it's the end all be all that the mainstream media wants to catch fire on. Oh, because Donald Trump has never uttered the N-word in a rally speech, then he must not be a racist. Are we dumb? Come on, folks. Donald Trump has said everything other than saying the N-word. When he says the word black like that in interviews that he did with the NABJC, he said it, right? When he said, Kamala Harris says one day she's black and the other day she's Indian and sometimes she's black. And like, come on. When you use dehumanizing language like the immigrant population is poisoning the blood, what do you think that rhetoric means? So we get caught up on the use of this one word, but I would have us look at the policies. I would have us look at all of the quote unquote racially tinged language that not only is said by the Republican Party, but is a part of their policy platforms, folks. Those are the things that we actually need to be paying attention to. So I will leave it there for you on this moment of damn, but you tell me in the comment sections, like, what symbolizes racism to you? What is it that is that's the red flag, or should I say the white hood? Because there are so many aspects. And for me, it is about the denial of people's humanity and the denial of access to opportunity. That is what racism looks like. And just to remind folks, let me throw up one of my favorite Toni Morrison quotes to end today's moment of damn. The very serious function of racism is distraction. It keeps you from doing your work. It keeps you explaining over and over again your reason for being. Folks, that is it. Always distraction. And the question that we have to ask, particularly around Springfield, Ohio, and Donald Trump and JD Vance's obsession with it, is what are we not paying attention to while we're paying attention to that? That is it today for me, friends, on your moment of damn. As always, power to the people, and to all the people power. Get woke and stay woke and stay safe. Until next time.